Hey guys, welcome back. Um, Today I just want to discuss something that is, I'm just not even gonna lie, it's bothering the crap out of me. And let me just put it this way. So the average person in our area makes $18 an hour, meaning I added it all up, and that's $2,300 a month after tax. Because I don't like counting the whole income before tax, because Uncle Sam's gonna want their 18 to 20%, their fair share. If you're a W-2 worker, which most people are. So then you look at the average rent in this area, it is $1,800 a month. So you're talking about a $500 difference between your income and the rent. And we're talking about a basic two-bedroom apartment, nothing fancy, nothing bougie. We're talking about like a very old townhouse, mini townhouse, or not a pretty small like two-bedroom apartment. We're not talking about anything massive. And that's going to run you $1,800 a month. So, what I'm confused as to what's happening is rent went up from $900 to $1,800 in 10 years. Just let that sink in for a second. In 10 years, that same apartment went from $900 to $1,800. And in 10 years, our wages went from $16 an hour as the average to $18 an hour. So our wages went up by $2 and the rent doubled itself. So so for example, our wages flatlining and the cost of living, and it keeps getting farther apart. Like the cost of living just keeps going up here, and our wages maybe bump up a millimeter, and it just keeps soaring. And I see a lot of people living in their cars. They're buying vans, like Sprinter vans to live in, because they're like, hey, if we have to pay insurance, excuse me, if we have to pay insurance, we have to pay for inspections, we have to pay to maintain, we have to pay for gas, that's 5 grand a year for a paid off car. And then if you have a car payment, looking at 8 to 10 thousand a year just for your car. So yeah, people are just like, hey, I'm spending this much on my car and rent is freaking 75% of my income. I'm just gonna live in my freaking car. Like I'm left with no choice to keep my sanity. Because yeah, you might be able to barely scrape by your rent being 75%. I mean, you would have to eat like a peasant. You would have to probably not even have a car, like an e-scooter. But yeah, it just irks me. It really hit me today when I woke up. It's like, man, like just in a span of 10 years, we went from like rent being 25% to 30% of our income to 75% just in 10 years. And I'll be 25 this year, and I can tell you, 2016 was not that long ago. Even though I was a 15-year-old boy, it was not that long ago. And sometimes I wish I was, an adult sooner and had a foundation sooner, but it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't change your age. But I'm noticing a lot with Gen Z and early millennials. We're just all getting effed. I'm not going to say the word for YouTube reasons, but we're all getting drilled in the what. And and this is coming from an average job. Like the upscale jobs, like I said in my other video, are $20 to $30 an hour. And once you reach $30 an hour in this area, that's top 1%. And to put that in perspective, that is, I think, $3,500 a month take home. So even rent, that's 1,800, is more than half because 3,600 would be double. So yeah, $3,500 a month take home. You're paying like 53% in rent, so that's over half when you're a top 1% earner here. Also, let that sink in. So even when you're doing your deed of being in the top 1%, doing well for yourself, yeah, the rent's gonna bite you and be 53%. Now, there's always options out there that are pieces of crap. We're talking about 1,300 a month. I mean, the landlords suck. They never take care of it. I mean, there's probably cockroaches in there. But and then if you're very, very lucky, which I wouldn't consider this lucky, you can find something for like 1,100. But again, it's like barely any size at all. We're talking about hotel rooms, like even smaller than that. and they probably have cockroaches in them too. And you kind of just want like a fair place to live. So usually between 1,600 to 2,000 is where you'll find something fair. But the average is definitely 1,800 because I was looking on Zillow and everything like that. 1,800, 1,900, 2,000, 1,650, 1,700. It's and that's not including the first month's rent, last month's rent, security deposit. You got to all but put $6,000 down in the apartment just to get in. And then all these rental companies and landlords, they want like 3 times the rent amount, which for most scenarios would be $6,000. And yeah, it's ridiculous, guys. I see a lot of people just renting out Airbnbs. Like, yeah, you pay 2,000 a month, but you don't have to pay any utilities. You don't have to deal with a landlord. It's probably easier to get in. Like I said, people are living in their freaking cars. I can't believe it's getting to that point. People living in tents at campgrounds, sleeping in their work parking lot because they have showers and they just live in their car because they pretty much have to be there 6 days out of the week anyway. So yeah, I try to stay as positive as I can about this, but it's to the point where rent is 75% of our income. And that's for the average Joe, and the average Joe like 10 years ago was paying 25% of his or her income for rent. So yeah, just it honestly pisses me off, guys, and I just want to spread awareness about it, and because I know we're all going through it, and it honestly makes me angry. And at the end of the day, it's pretty much out of my control. It's at the end of the day, it's Jesus, and I definitely hope you guys find Jesus in your life because he's starting to play a big role in my life. But yeah, I definitely encourage you guys to be aware of what's happening in the world, and if rent is too much and it's taking 75% of your income and you have a car, hey, try, car living for 2 weeks and try and save money. Or if you can go back to your parents, like I'm fortunate to still have my parents to live with. So I don't know where I'd be without them. I honestly would probably be living in my Civic and it wouldn't be the best lifestyle, but I'd be surviving. And like I said, I never thought it'd get to this point, but I mean, you guys see it on Zillow, you guys see it in the world. Rent is ridiculous. And buying a house, if we can't even rent, that's totally out of the equation. So, yeah, if you guys like the video, please give it a like and hit that subscribe button to see more videos. And I appreciate your guys' time. Peace out.